Good people, good people, good people. Welcome to another edition of Commander's Wrap, where you get all your Commander's news in 15 minutes. I'm your host, Dr. Wonderful, Doctor of Writing, Professor of English, and avid Commanders fan, joined here, as always, by my co host, Kevin Bain. We air every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and replay at 10 a.m. on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Audible. How are you doing today, Kevin, this morning?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I mean, I can't complain, but that's only because I live in Mississippi and I have a way to disconnect from Commanders' losses in a way that you do not.
I hear you. I hear you.
So, how's it been this week from you? How's the chatter been?
Uh, I try to ignore it as much as I can. But yeah, it's just been, it's been kind of rough. That was definitely a disappointing game there.
Ugh. to, to say the least. And as we get to our first segment, Kevin, we're going to talk about that disappointing loss that Washington had to the Chicago Bears on Monday night. Washington lost 25-24. And I got to tell you, Kevin, that I wasn't feeling this one the whole week. I thought that fans and media were a bit like overconfident. They just assumed we were going to win this game. And I considered most recent history. Washington in our recent history, Kevin, because we're old school fans. We've been here before. You have a chance to take the division win or tie for a lead in the division. Doesn't matter against who. It's usually against a team that most people believe that you have a chance to beat.
hmm
If you're not favored again to outright beat, and we do this. And what I mean by this is we lose. We do things that at least are uncharacteristic or have been more characteristic in losses that we had. We lay eggs, and that was my biggest fear. I was like, I don't care if the opponent is the Giants. I don't care if it's the Eagles. I don't care if it's Dallas. It could be Chicago. It could be great. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
When it comes to this situation, we have not proven that we know how to take advantage of situations when they come along. And even offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury in his press conference noted that with the turnover margin and their lack of third down offense, they were lucky to be 500 at this point.
hmm
And I think that's very telling, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And Joe Witt even said that they have to do a better job of setting edges on the perimeter when it comes to
Yep.
the defense, which
Yep.
is the same problem they had last year,
Thank you. Yep.
right?
Yep.
While at the same time, DQ is trying to tell us that the sky is not falling, and I'll be whoo if I have not heard that before, that the sky is not falling. Um, this was a bad game overall.
Yep.
Kevin, it was a bad
Yeah.
game overall. I'll let you get into the numbers, but you like tell us what went right and what went wrong against the Chicago Bears on Monday night.
Yeah. So, I always try to find or point out some positives, even if that might be a little challenging. Now, what I'll say, what went right was it was evident that our team didn't give up. They still have that comeback ability. We can still put points on the board quickly. And they were making a comeback. They were making a comeback in that game. You have to remember, excluding last season, for so many years, this was a team that we didn't have that ability to do that. Um, One thing I noticed though is also just like last season, it seems like we got a lot of comparing going on, a lot more with Caleb versus Jaden comparisons. I think that's going to continue for many years. Of course, Caleb and Chicago, they got the win, but if you look at the stats, you look at the numbers between Jaden and Caleb, Jaden actually finishes with a better passer rating, overall better. better overall passing stats. He did have the one pick, and I know that one really hurt. But he was, 19 for 26. He threw three touchdowns to three different players, which was Ertz, McCaffrey, and Moore. Uh, Give a shout out to Frankie Lubu. Frankie, he had a great play where the Bears decided to go for it on fourth down, and he made the pass breakup, and he forces the turnover on downs. And I think we got the ball. I believe it was on our 30 or 31. I can't remember what it was, but he also had another big play where he had a sack, and he forced a 3-and-out on that one. He was playing good. Um, as far as what went wrong, you can take your pick. Uh, Last week, Dr. Wonderful, we mentioned on here a few key things we needed to do to get the win. And one of those things were turnovers. And I specifically pointed out how Jaden has been exceptional with taking care of the football all season. And he had been really up until the point of the interception. He was playing very well. Unfortunately, that one pick, it was off towards the red zone. Um, Overall, though, the team we were just undisciplined, reckless at times. We had a total of three turnovers. Again, multiple costly penalties. That's something we've brought up a few times this season. It's killing us. More or less, we beat ourselves in this one, and this loss isn't on any one person. I know some people want to blame Jaden, blame so and so. The whole team overall, pretty much for the most part, they started the game slow. We finished the game slow. Um, but as I mentioned before as well, for the love of God, Quinn, please, 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 please do something with this kicker. I mean, I'm seriously, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I mean, how much more do you need to see? Uh,
Well, yes, yes. I'm
yeah,
I'm with you, Kevin. There are
uh,
two things that I was going to say. One, if Matt Gay makes that kick that he missed, we win that game by 1 point.
yes, yes, yes,
So it's important. That's why I said field goal kickers matter. Like I've been watching football for too long to downplay the importance of a guy that can consistently make kicks.
yes,
Like that's all there is to it.
yeah,
And a coaching staff that understands the range in which a guy can consistently make the kicks.
yep,
Like you just need to know what range you got to get to.
yep,
Like,
yep,
I don't care how big his leg is. In what range is Matt Gay most accurate? And that's the way you need to play the game. I'm not saying they're not playing the game like that. Sometimes other things dictate that.
yep,
But at what range has he been the most consistent from and go from there? Like those are certain decisions that you're gonna have to make. Well, really, yeah, he can make a 53-yarder, but he's really good from like 45 and in.
yep, yep, yep,
Like
yep.
like whatever, but I'm with you there. And
Um,
two, yeah, go ahead.
you're good. I mean, yeah, and I was just going to add in that this is the same guy that they gave the historic contract to, and making it the reason why it was historic is because they gave Gay the most guaranteed money ever for a kicker. Um, at some point, and I think it's like 4 million. I forget what the exact number is, but at some point you have to take a look and go, he's missing too many. Is too many points left off the board. Like you just pointed out, we lost the game by 1 point. I'm not blaming the loss on Gay. I'm not. It's a team loss. But had he made that field goal, we win this game, right? Like that's 3 more points on the board. So I don't even know what the kicker rankings are, but I can guarantee you, without even looking at him, he's got to be at the bottom. I mean, there's no doubt.
Well, I've always said, hey, you can't say you want competition at every level and then you don't have it at this level. Field goal kickers are important. The guaranteed money to a field goal kicker doesn't matter because it's like $4 million.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
so as much as people want to harp on that, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter, and that wouldn't even been a reason or deterrent for them not to bring in somebody else.
Right. And I saw
Like,
it's funny that you
yeah,
point that out because I saw somebody on some of these sites that were talking about that and they're like, "Whoa, he's got a contract with this," and I'm thinking to myself, that's not even scratching the surface with the contract kickers. You know what I mean? That 4 million, that's nothing, right? So yeah, I'm
yeah,
with you.
it's nothing. The second thing about people blaming Jaden, well, At the end of the day, if you just don't fumble the ball, we also win that game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We were driving. At the end of the day, if you just don't fumble that, the
yep,
perception is that we also win that game.
yeah,
So I understand why like fans are feeling this way.
yeah,
But I
for sure, for
but
sure.
I will say this, as a whole, we looked like butt from bell to bell, whistle to whistle.
Yes, yes,
Like
yes,
we just look like butt. And if
yep,
we would have won that game in similar way to if Chicago, right, in similar way to if Chicago had not lost that game or whatever, we would be saying we escaped with some things,
yep,
right? Like we should have lost the game Monday the way we played, and we did. Washington, the way they played last year should have won that game, and Chicago was about to steal it. But
yep,
everything I watched from that game as a Commanders fan just tells me Chicago actually should have won that game and Washington was about to steal it.
yep,
Like really.
yep,
They
yep,
played better on every level. I don't do this quarterback whatever stats for stats. Holistically, Chicago looked better. They looked more prepared. They played better. The only reason that Washington was in that game, like regardless of how Jaden played, is actually because of Jaden. Because I don't know who in the hell he was throwing to. Excuse me, language, FCS. I don't know who he was throwing to. I mean, I
yep,
do and I don't.
yep.
And he's going to be throwing to less people as we get to our second segment, David. And we did hear that Debo Samuel will be out for this game against Dallas. And I will say my concerns, Kevin, considering this upcoming Dallas game, is our history with alternating wins and losses. And we should love analyzing the upcoming game against the Cowboys. They're our nemesis. But, if we just go by our pattern, regardless, we should win the game, right? We
Yeah,
lost,
yeah,
it's time to win, right?
yep.
It just matches our pattern. So, yay!
Right. Yeah.
But Kevin, let's be honest. I don't think I can deal if we lose to the Cowboys. Forget anything about what you heard. The Bears are not our rival. It's Dallas. Dallas is our rival. If we lose to this team, I just
Yeah.
I will lose my religion if we
Yeah.
lose to Dallas. I'm going to
Yep.
lose my religion. So what's your analysis of this game this afternoon, considering, Debo's out, Terry's out, Noah's out, it's truly the replacements game. What are you thinking?
Um, you know, I kind of agreed. I was reading what some other analysts were saying, and they were thinking it could be a shootout, a high scoring game, and I kind of thought that, and then I wasn't so sure. Um, but after that last week performance that we just did, it's hard to say, yeah, we're going to go in there, we're going to put up a ton of points. It's just the way the season's been going. Like you said, our track record shows, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Hopefully it sticks to that right at this point. But I really wish we had Terry back. And then Debo, I heard him say that he wasn't sure if he was going to play, and he just confirmed that he is going to be out. Um, that really hurts us. Our third down conversion rate, it hasn't been real good. They asked Dan Quinn about this, and he said one reason why why that rate is not so good is that self-inflicted penalties. He gave an
Yes.
example when you have a 3rd and 2, and then you have the number one rushing offense in the league, and it's 3rd and 2, but you get a penalty, and now you go from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7.
Yep.
That's a huge difference. Uh, I have to agree with them. I mean, that kills you. It kills the drive. So we have to stay disciplined. I think Dallas, they're actually ranked last in third down defense. With that being said, Dallas, they have some strengths. They're ranked ninth ninth best with third down offense. For what it's worth, all 3 games that they have played at home this year, they have won and they have put up 40 points. They've got some guys over there. Ferguson at tight end, he's been playing good. Pickens has been playing absolutely great for them, especially when they lost CD. They might get CD back for this matchup. There's no doubt about it. I think everyone can agree they have a good offense. Where they struggle at is their secondary is not very good. So I think where we can take advantage of them is our line actually ranks pretty well in run blocking and also in pass block win rates. I think our offensive line can really hold up and give Jaden, enough time to where he can exploit their secondary. As long as they do that and obviously take care of the football and stay disciplined. And yeah, I think we can win this game. So fingers crossed.
Right. No, no, I'm with you. I'm never gonna say that we're gonna lose to
Right, right.
the Dallas Cowboys. That would be ridiculous.
No,
Like, but it's gonna be interesting to see
yeah,
how Cliff and Jaden use move or what they do offensively since their top three receivers are out, and that's just facts. So it's going
yep,
to be interesting. They sign people like Traylon Burks
yeah. I
and
saw that.
whatnot, but I caution fans, you can't think that signings at this point in time are going to make some type of great impact or cover up certain
No,
things.
no, that doesn't move the needle a whole lot for us at all,
No,
really. If you think
no.
about it.
Yeah. So we'll definitely see on that part. But certainly we definitely want that win against the Cowboys. That would make us great. That's always our Super Bowl.
Yep,
That's
yep,
always our Super Bowl.
yep.
But of course, everything will start with, what I feel like is how do they start off? We got to stop starting so slowly.
Yes,
We got to stop
yes.
starting so slowly. Well, that's going to end our episode for today. Uh, I want to say we've got a special guest coming next week, everyone. It has been confirmed that David Harrison from Locked On Commanders, SportsIllustrated.com, and WUSA 9 is going to join us and discuss the Kansas City game. He's going to do some analysis there. It's pretty cool. So definitely tune in next week to Commander's Wrap for David Harrison's analysis, and Kevin and I are definitely will be there. But for now, this has been Dr. Wonderful, Doctor of Writing, Professor of English, and avid Commanders fan, joined here by my co-host Kevin Bain. And this has been your weekly edition of Commander's Wrap, where you get all your Commanders news and a little opinion too in 15 minutes.